We're focusing on configuration management for the CCNA exam, specifically the key differences between Ansible, Puppet, and Chef. The exam requires you to recognize the capabilities of these tools, not necessarily write code for them. The most critical distinction you need to grasp is the difference in their architecture, which dictates how they interact with network devices. Ansible is agentless, meaning it doesn't require any special software to be installed on the routers or switches it manages. It communicates with devices using standard protocols like SSH. This agentless nature is a massive advantage in networking, as many devices don't support or have policies against installing third-party agents. Ansible uses a push model, where a central control node initiates contact and pushes configuration changes out. These configurations are defined in human-readable YAML files called playbooks. For the CCNA, if you see a scenario question that mentions a requirement to automate configurations without installing software on the end devices, your answer is almost certainly Ansible. In stark contrast, both Puppet and Chef primarily use an agent-based architecture. This means a client software or agent must be installed on every device they manage. This can be a major limitation for many network devices. These tools operate on a pull model. The agent on the managed device periodically checks in with a central master server and pulls down any new or updated configurations. Puppet uses its own declarative language in files called manifests, while Chef uses recipes and cookbooks written in a Ruby-based language. The exam will test your ability to differentiate these models. A common trap is confusing the push versus pull mechanism. Remember, push is when the main server actively sends out the changes, like Ansible does. Pull is when the client device initiates the check-in to see if it needs to be updated, which is how Puppet and Chef work. Another key concept that applies to all three tools is idempotence. This is a fundamental principle ensuring that running an operation multiple times will produce the same result as running it just once. For example, if you run a playbook to set a switch's hostname, it will change the hostname the first time. If you run the exact same playbook again, the tool sees the hostname is already correct and makes no further changes. This prevents unintended side effects and guarantees a consistent final state. To help you remember the most important point for the exam, use this simple mental shortcut. Ansible is agentless. This is the primary differentiator and the most likely concept to be tested in a scenario-based question on your CCNA exam. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.